I want to put it out there. I've never made beef stroganoff before. I've never braised anything before, unless you count like a pot roast, then maybe I have braised something. But this is completely new to me. This is the first time I'm making it. I watched him make it one time, and then I looked at the recipe just for reference. So this is a whole new ball game for me. So hopefully it turns out good. Thoughts and prayers. The exposure here is absolutely disgusting, and I didn't realize. So I apologize about that in advance. You actually get to see it a little bit better in a minute. But the big thing I wanted to say is before you put your meat in, make sure that your pan is hot, make sure your oil is hot, and make sure you hear that sizzle. Because if your pan's not hot enough, it's not going to get the crust on it that you wanted, and you've literally just wasted all your time. Because the whole point of this step is to build up a crust and to build up flavor. I accidentally forgot to press record whenever I was putting in the onions and garlic. And the recipe that's linked below says to put 2 tablespoons of paprika in there. But I'm just going to tell you, I just put 1 because, my dude, that is a lot of paprika. And 1 seemed to work just fine for me.
So this is what it's like after about an hour. So the liquid is reduced a lot, but the meat is not tender yet, like at all. Well, I mean, it is a little tender, but it's not like where you want it to be, which makes sense because you know it's only been an hour. But what I'm concerned about is, so there's like only like a ½ inch of liquid left, and that's probably because I'm doing this on the stove instead of in the oven. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure everything sticks and nothing burns. Last thing you want after you put all this work in is for something to burn. So I'm just gonna add another cup of beef stock, just to give it a little bit more juicy juice.
And here is where things started to go wrong. So the cooking liquid cooked down a lot, and it was, I believe, at this point, just like mostly, fat. And just adding that sour cream in was not working at all. So it got like really gross looking. It started to break really bad. Nothing was coming together. Nothing was emulsifying. And I was panicking because I had just spent, at this point, 3 hours trying to get this right. And it wasn't working. Thankfully, though, even at this stage, it still tasted really good. Like, I taste it in just a second here, and it still tastes really good, so it gave me hope. The beef stock here, I believe, is actually kind of what saved it. Just adding in some additional liquid other than just like the dairy and the fat helped it come together. Now, whenever it sat for a minute, did it stay together? Absolutely not. But for the purpose of, it tasted good, and I mean, that's all that really matters.
Okay, so that is it. We are at my dining room table right now. I am about to taste it all for the first time. And I'm kind of nervous because before today, or before I saw the live cooking video, Stroganoff to me meant that hamburger helper nasty stuff that like my mom used to make when I was a kid, and I was not here for it. So I'm hoping that this will be a better experience in that, because I honestly, like, after that whole thing, I just, if somebody would say Stroganoff and I'd be like, no thanks, no thank you. So this is how it looks. Let me tilt this bad boy down. I got my noodles. It actually looks pretty good. Did the sauce break? 150%. But will it taste good? I hope so. I did sprinkle a little bit of dried parsley on top because, number one, I'm fancy too. And number two, I forgot to buy the fresh stuff at the grocery store. Anyways, let's try it. That is like, so it has like the consistency of like really tender pot roast. But imagine the most delicious pot roast you've ever had in your entire life. And that's what I just put in my mouth. Okay, so we're gonna try another piece of the meat with a noodle this time and see how all of those complemented each other. I honestly don't know what happened to the sauce. So if Michael Symon ever watches this, is highly unlikely. But if you ever watch this, Michael Symon, please tell me what I did wrong, because I genuinely don't know. I left for like 15 minutes and I came back and it was broken. Or if you're a chef, or if you're just better at making sauces than me, please let me know. Okay, so I have some noodle, I have some meat. Let's try it. Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm about to demolish this. So if you like this video, definitely give it a big thumbs up. If you make it from my video, definitely tag me. My Instagram is at VeryVeryVG, so V like V and then G like goat. Or you can put it on my wall on my Facebook page, which is at VeryVeryVG on Facebook. I'm going to just show Michael Symon too. He's doing the thing he said, if you make his dishes, tag him, it's hashtag Symon Dinners. So, I'm gonna eat. Well, I am eating, because I'm starving. But, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I hope you're staying sane in the quarantine. And you're finding some way to be productive and to find some type of happiness in your life.